Over the last couple of weeks, we've read some articles about DEI around the world, in the US, the UK, and in Australia. We're going to talk about 3 cases today and talk about DEI in a broader sense. G'day everyone, welcome back to the Bothy. Today we're going to talk about DEI. So again, we're going to split our watches.
Yep.
Some will like us, some won't, but that's okay. Freedom of speech.
Yeah, bring on the haters.
3 articles we've read recently that got up our nose a little bit. We just wanted to run through those 3 today. One in Australia, we'll start there, and then we'll go to the US and then go to the UK.
Yes.
And then we'll talk about it on a broader sense. So in Australia, our current government has introduced the Rainbow Toolkit to public libraries in Victoria. And this Rainbow Toolkit is pretty much stipulates that all librarians have to ask primary school children what their gender is and what their pronoun is.
Yeah.
So do they want to be a he, him, she, her? And these are Australian kids aged 5 years old.
Yeah.
Being asked.
It is absolute bullshit.
Well, it is. I mean, I don't know why we're trying to push this onto the kids.
No. Unless it's a monetary thing, unless they're making extra cash out of this inclusion thing.
It's something that's been forced on them by this particular government. Now that we have a DEI minister, or whatever she wants to call herself, she's got to have something to do, right? So yeah. I think when I look at all these things, I see all of these administrators around the world trying to put things into place that's bigger and better than whatever other country's doing. And I think this might be one of those situations. But if I had a 5-year-old kid and they were being asked what pronoun they were answering to when they go to the library, that kid wouldn't go to that library anymore.
No, it's stupid meets stupid. It's dumb and dumber, mate.
It is.
It's the radical left want to push an agenda that nobody wants. Even the trans community aren't like up and they're not loving it. You know what I mean? Because it's putting the camera on them, and some of them probably like it, but a lot of them don't. So,
absolutely, it's actually split that community.
Yeah.
The L, G, and B part of that community actually no longer really want to be associated with every letter that comes after it, or a lot of the ones that.
And there are a lot of letters, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. Well, we just read one today where there's now it's up to about 9.
But it seems that common sense is just in the last 5 years. Common sense is like a thing of the past. People just go along with shit instead of like going, nah, I've had enough. Yep. Although we have had a fair amount of protests in the last 5 years, so good on yous.
That's interesting too. I mean, I love the way that our LGBTQ plus are out protesting on behalf of Palestine.
Yeah.
What would happen if they went to Palestine? I mean,
they wouldn't be welcomed with open arms, would they?
No, they don't understand. Maybe some of them. So yeah, it was interesting because when this came about, there was a politician went and got some signatures.
Yeah.
Had to get 4,700 signatures to put it back in front of government to have it re-voted on, and it got smashed. Absolutely smashed. So Labor obviously have a massive majority in our state.
Yes.
And even though every other person, bar 2 crossbenchers, voted against it, Labor have got enough to push it through easily. So unfortunately, that is going to stay.
But why, when the rest of the world are waking up to the ridiculousness of all of this, why are we still pushing this agenda?
I think it comes back to the government that you got in. We obviously have an extreme left government.
Yeah.
And that is starting to change.
Well, by the looks of it, they won't be getting another shout.
I reckon they might.
No.
So that caught my attention and upset me because I don't think kids should be.
No, that's ridiculous.
Most 5, 6, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds don't know what a pronoun is.
No.
I had a look at what the curriculum actually, when it starts teaching it. It's grade 2 to grade 4 where children start to get taught pronouns. So, at the youngest, they're 8, and at the oldest, they're 10.
Yeah.
Before they know what a pronoun is. So, when I say to a 5-year-old, what's your pronoun?
Yeah.
What's the answer?
Yeah.
They don't know.
They have no idea.
Wouldn't have a clue. Yeah.
Mate, I reckon I didn't know what a pronoun was until, I don't know, not that long ago.
No. Well, and then, of course, you get, you get the trans community coming in to read books to them about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
that's just like,
as well.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's like confuse a little kid.
Yeah.
They get confused about everything. They don't want to know any shit like that.
Correct.
If it exists, they'll be like, oh, why is that man wearing like women's clothes? It's like that's all they'll ask. They're not going to go, oh, what, he isn't a man? He's something else other than that? They're not going to give a shit, are they?
Ridiculous.
It's
absurd.
Dumb and Dumber, mate. It's
just
so
and
stupid.
Unfortunately, it's where we live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, if you'd left the planet 5 years ago on a mission to Mars and came back to this, you'd think it was an alternative reality.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe you'd come back to the same place you left.
Exactly right.
Because this place is fucked.
It's got crazy.
It's mental.
The second one I saw got right up my nose as well, and that was one that comes out of New Jersey. And this one was a form that the New Jersey government are having all hospitals and healthcare places hand out to parents of newborns.
Yep.
Where the parents have to fill this form in. They have no choice. And this form asks how your baby identifies. Is your baby homosexual or lesbian or trans?
How the hell are they going to know?
What pronouns would your baby like to be referred to as?
That
Even right down to what gender is your baby, and you get the choice of female, male, or I don't want to say.
way to make us feel like foreigners in our own bloody world, eh?
The last set of questions on that sheet is, does your baby identify as a lesbian or a homosexual or trans? Now, I don't know about you, but if I'm asking a 3-day-old baby what they identify as,
You should be put in a fucking mental institution.
exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're either going to get whatever the parent is either pushing or
Yeah.
choosing or whatever.
Like that Hollywood mob, where like some of them have got 3 kids and one's a lesbian and 2 are transgender. It's like, what are the chances of that?
Yeah, unusual. Yeah,
It was the in thing for a very short while. Probably still is over there because they're fucking behind the times. And it's like, you don't want to be pushing that shit. Look at what's happened to Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's like, they've gone right down the stinker, haven't they? Pushing that woke shit. Yeah.
money does strange things, mate.
Yes.
Yeah, it gives you a whole different perspective.
It certainly
and
does.
you then buy into a whole new agenda.
Yeah.
And so that really got up my goat because newborns makes no sense at all. And the third one we looked at this week was just as frustrating, out of the UK, out of Hamptonshire,
Yeah.
Norwood Primary School, where they've decided this year they won't celebrate Easter.
No Easter.
Because primary school kids hate Easter,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, and that was because they wanted to include every race and religion.
A primary school in England has reportedly scrapped Easter celebrations and services in order to respect other religions and diversity. They've cancelled Easter. But get this, they're still celebrating Refugee Week instead. Norwood Primary School in Eastleigh, Hampshire, sent a letter to parents and carers informing them that neither their Easter bonnet parade nor their Easter service would be held this year. The letter explained that this was because of the state school's, quote, respect for diversity. As you can see here on your screen, there are multiple PDF documents about previous assemblies held at the school. Let's go through them, shall we? At the top, we have Year of the Dog, celebrating Chinese New Year. Then the Hindu Festival of Holi, a healthy eating and well-being assembly just beneath that. One for Islam's Ramadan, one for the royal wedding, another Islamic celebration with Eid. Just below that, then giving to charity. There's a China visit, another Hindu festival of Diwali, and finally at the bottom there, the Jewish festival of Hanukkah. I can't see Easter anywhere. Where is Lent? Where is Christmas?
Yep. So they're not going to have Easter. Well, that's
All right.
including.
So you're taking away Easter. Okay, fair enough. So there's nothing else. They're not doing anything else.
No, every month there's a celebration.
For
Well, the first month was Year of the Dog for Chinese New Year.
right, okay,
They're celebrating Ramadan.
Ramadan.
Yeah, and they're about to celebrate Immigration Week.
Because that's the popular one, isn't it? Especially over in the UK.
It turns out that this school is applying to be a school of sanctuary.
For
and
what?
Well, for immigrants to come to the school. There's a school of only around 60 or 80 kids. It's not a big school.
Oh, it's
right?
a tiny school.
Yeah, it's not a little primary school. To be a school of sanctuary means you get extra funding, so I've got a feeling I know where they're coming from.
They're after the cha-ching, cha-ching.
I think they are, and they're probably struggling to get good teachers. This particular school, every school gets graded in the UK, and this school, in its diversity and in its safety and everything, scored good.
Yeah.
But in teaching and how their students doing, it didn't score good at all. So they're spending a lot of time and effort on areas other than teaching.
But it's just a lie. They're like, they're pushing an agenda they don't actually want. They're doing it for monetary purposes.
I think they are, but kids love Easter.
Yeah.
Whether you're a Christian or an atheist, it doesn't matter. Kids 5 to 10 or 11 years old love Easter.
And like, why not? Whoever's in the class, why not like talk about all religions and all their like
be fully inclusive?
Yeah. And then you're not missing anybody out. Why do you have to like shut one down?
Yeah.
And like hold another one up?
Yeah.
I don't understand it. It's like Christianity isn't the end thing at the moment, is it? It's not in vogue. So yeah, everything else seems to be.
I'm sure Chinese kids that have celebrated Year of the Dog would also like an Easter egg.
Yeah. Why not?
I'm not sure about Middle Eastern children. I know obviously Easter. Easter is actually the most, in the Christian calendar, it's the most important.
Yeah.
So not celebration, but it's the most important event because that's the death and the rising of Jesus. So, yeah, whether you believe in the religious side of it or not is almost irrelevant. For a child at 5 years old, it's really about let's have some fun.
Easter eggs.
Correct.
Or roll an egg down the hill like we used to do in Scotland. I don't know why, but we'd paint an egg, we'd roll it down the hill, and then we'd run after it.
Right.
It was stupid.
Before it
but now you'd boil the egg.
Right.
Yeah, you'd boil it, and then you'd paint it. Never done that?
I've painted eggs.
I think we were painting it because we couldn't afford chocolate eggs.
No, we used to paint eggs. Definitely.
Did you?
But if it was hard boiled, I wouldn't have been able to help myself, mate. I'd have cracked it and eaten it. I love a good egg.
Oh, we'd eat them at the end.
So DEI. Yeah, I mean, the minority has spoken for the majority, I think, for the last
4 years, 5 years, yeah, definitely.
And while it's starting to swing around, there are a lot of governments who are behind.
Still pushing the agenda.
They're behind the new popular opinion. Well, I think the popular opinion's always been the same. It's just that the minority speaks so loudly that the majority gets drowned out.
Yep.
That's my opinion. Hey, we're just two stupid old guys sitting in the Bothy.
That's all we are.
We might be the wrong way around.
Yeah, maybe we're just too old to realise what's going on. Maybe we're in the wrong. Maybe we should be including all these minorities and forgetting about the majority. But that's not democracy.
No.
You know what I mean?
No,
it's not democracy.
We deserve a say.
No.
Interesting, my kids, I don't know about yours, my kids definitely are more left than their mum and I.
Well, they are teaching in schools, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, one of mine's is, look out, Karl Marx.
Right.
Yeah. He's like really full on it.
Right.
Yeah. So that must come from the school. Where else are they getting taught this?
I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose they've got
social media.
Yeah, they've got their phones.
Yeah. Never had that growing up, did
Nah, that's true. So you can't just blame on the schools, I suppose.
No. Well, we learned what we learned. History was history.
Yeah. Or is it?
Well, now I don't know. Well, that's a good point. Geography was geography.
Yep.
Algebra was algebra.
Yeah.
I saw they're now introducing into algebra and things like that. They must have a certain quota of questions that relate to trans questions.
Why
in the
fuck
US.
do they want that?
Because that way everybody gets to learn with the same sorts of examples across, that's
oh my God.
Equity. That's diversity.
The world
is bullshit.
The world is fucking gone daft, mate.
I think it has.
Oh, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can we stop talking about this? Because it's fucking annoys me, man.
We
really fucking annoys me.
We should lose some subscribers.
Bring it on.
Both of them.
Hell. All two.
All right, so everybody now knows what side of the fence we're sitting on. We're on the right.
Yeah.
Not the right side, the right. That's that one.
Yeah.
And what we would ask our governments is get up with the times and stop this absolute rubbish. We're wasting money. We're wasting time. There's people out there that really need help.
Yeah.
With the cost of living, with everything else that's going on, housing. There's so many problems. Crime. You can just we're wasting time, energy, and money
Yeah.
on this rubbish.
We are,
Please, please
pull your head out your arse.
Yeah. See the
and
light.
fucking sort it.
Yeah. All right.
Definitely.
We'll move on.
Yep.
Thanks, everybody.
See you guys.
Bye.